What's up, everybody? Welcome to another 777. I'm joined by my co-host Nick. How's it going tonight, Nick? How are we doing? What you been working on?
Doing all right. Not too bad. Excited to do another 777. Yeah, what I've been working on. Today I was editing another episode on herbs. It'll be part 3, but part 1 hasn't even come out yet. But that does come out this Friday, the first premiere. And I do please, like, people that are listening, if you happen to catch this live, it's not on my end, so I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, I guess on my end, on audio, please, if you can get past the intro, I promise you, it is well worth listening to. I get a little cocky in the intro. I'm just gonna keep it real. So, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like editing that out because I've already uploaded it. I was like, fuck it. It's how I said it. I'm just gonna put it out there. But I definitely think if you listen to this herb series, I don't know, it really surprised the shit out of me. I don't know what made me had this idea, but I was like, yo, I want to see what's up with this shit and how it affects our 12 cranial nerves. And when you start seeing what it does to your body, you're like, that's the same exact kind of reason they're saying you're burning it, but using it in a spiritual sense, but scientifically, that's what's giving you these feelings. That's what's clearing your mind. Your headache's gone now. The demons aren't making you fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not in fear anymore. You've banished those negative thoughts in your brain. It's just very weird when you start looking at it at a certain angle. You're like, damn, like, I would even put out the idea that did they actually know this stuff then? I don't know.
Well, I think what a lot of people skip over when it comes to the ancient forms of religion is that these were based off of hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years of observations. So if you want to talk about science being different from religion, you really should exclude several of those religions because the science is in the religion, is in the practice. It's all linked together.
So. Yes, that's very well said. That's something I don't think that gets brought up enough, actually. Kind of forget about that, but that is a really good thing to say, how that is so interconnected.
Right. At least some of them are.
Or was worse, like actually was worse back in the day, I think. Sometimes.
Right. And so they were observing things that we've completely forgotten about today, and it's been thousands of years. So maybe, this is my whole thing with ancient Greece is like they were onto some stuff that made them way smarter than we are today. And we've gotten dumber. Like, if you want to talk about idiocracy, there's no better example than bringing an ancient Greek philosopher to the modern day and then say, hey, look, these are all your people. And he's like, they're not my people. You guys are a bunch of morons.
Yo, that's what they'd be like, yo, I don't think I can do anything with this.
Right.
We bring on another flood. I don't know. Let's try this over again. I don't know what to tell you. I think we're too beyond repair.
Yeah.
Yo, seriously, imagine bringing some of those people back. They'd probably like lose their minds. Even just trying to like, how can I even fix this? No way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They'd be depressed. Like, fuck, this sucks.
Right. And this is one of the reasons why I want to get Gnostic Informant on the show so bad. Like, I keep tweeting at him and stuff. Maybe he's going to block me if I keep tweeting at him.
I'll start doing it too again.
All right.
You know what that sucks is he said yes twice. Everybody's seen it, his response. Oh, just hit me up. Well, come on, man. You got to answer me.
Right. Well, everybody has to tag him now.
Yes.
Tag him in this episode.
Gnostic Informant. When are you going to go on the Occult Rejects?
Exactly. They're dying for you to come on. But it's like I listened to his lives and he's talking about all this kind of stuff. Like he was talking today about this one, what was he? He was a scribe, and he was talking about how this earthquake was the result of people believing in paganism, right? So earthquake in 363 AD, and it was because of Julian the Apostate. And it's like, wow, they still do that. They blame hurricanes on paganism today. And it's just like nothing has changed between,
the thing is, odds are today it's been modified by the government.
Right. So there's that aspect as well. But, Julian the Apostate got the blame for a massive earthquake that really tore apart the Middle East. And so that's it's kind of funny.
Imagine the first person to spit that out of their mouth and then it took off. You're like, wow.
That was probably
it. Just some dude who couldn't stand the motherfucker. Like, I didn't really think everybody was going to believe that.
That could have been it. That could have been the thing. Like, do you know how much dumber that makes you when you can blame all of your problems on some guy who's not the same religion
You
as
almost
you?
have to wonder, like, did somebody say it sarcastically and some dumb motherfucker ran with it?
Right? Exactly. All right, guys. Well, we are on page 43, and this is an essay on number. I'm going to pick it up and then
Okay.
go a couple
All right.
of paragraphs and let
Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know when to take over.
you got it. An essay on number. May the Holy One mitigate his severities towards his servant in respect of the haste wherewith this essay hath been composed. Now, one thing about that, may the Holy One mitigate his severities. They're already talking about the different branches of the tree, right? Then they say,
Might be
servant,
like the Torah.
right? Servant, it kind of looks like serpent. And maybe I'm just thinking Kabbalah. And then, what is this doing? It's entwining itself around the tree. Anyways, when I traveled with the venerable Ehi Aor in search of truth, we encountered certain wise and holy man, Sri Parananda, children. He said he, for 2 years ye must study with me before fully comprehend our law. Before ye fully comprehend our law. Venerable sir, answered Frater IA, the first verse of our law contains but 7 words. For 7 years did I study that verse by day and by night. And at the end of that time did I presume, may the dweller of eternity pardon me, to write a monograph upon the first word of those 7 words. Venerable sir, quoth I, that the first word of our law contains but 6 letters. For 6 years did I study that word by day and by night, and at the end of that time did I not dare to utter the first letter of those 6 letters. Thus humbling myself, did I abash both the holy yogi and my venerable frater IA, but alas, tetragrammaton, alas, Adonai, the hour of my silence is past. May the hour of my silence return. Amen. What do you make of that? That is very highly encoded. I mean,
Yeah, I
pretty
think
much
so.
beginning to end.
I think it's also just interesting, like how obsessive they were over.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
There is a
I'm enjoying
poetic.
it. It's interesting that he even threw amen in there. Well, not interesting to me, but I think it might be interesting to some people.
Yogi, Adonai, Amen. He's got the whole Trinity right there, right on top of each other. I believe how the spacing is also encoding something
You
too.
notice that
Look
too,
at
right? The spacing, yes. Yeah.
bingo. Yeah, I'm telling you,
I
these
would
guys are
even
just
say, like,
encoding everything.
even before when he was talking about the first letter of each thing, I mean, tetragon,
Right.
each of those are even are capital. You know what I'm saying? So maybe even the TAA is something. Who knows? TAAA. I don't know.
Right. But again, he's saying the haste wherewith this essay has been composed. There's no way he composed this with haste. This is very deliberately put together.
Oh,
I mean, look at the spacing. How many is that? Well, whatever it is, it's the same there and here. But alas, all these spaces, tetragrammaton. See, now if you were to count those, you'd be finding some weird stuff.
it's
I'm
also,
telling
I
you.
don't know if you noticed, there's a space before the exclamation point too. That's not even
Right?
normal.
And look, it's in parentheses. Was the whole thing in parentheses? Yeah, I guess the whole thing was in parentheses. Weird. Anyways.
Sorry about that. Want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sure. Pull it back up. All right. The negative, the infinite, the circle, or the point. Oh, that was 0. Part 1, the universe as it is, section 1. 0, the negative, the infinite, the circle, or the point. 1, the unity, the positive, the finite, the line, derived from 0 by extension, the divine being. 2, the dyad, the super, how do you say that? Superficies? I don't know what I'm saying that.
The dyad super
Isis?
super
Derived.
superficies. Like,
Yeah, right. Okay, I thought I was saying it wrong.
yeah, I guess that would be the superficialities,
Yeah,
right? Because it's one by reflection, so that would be a superficial sort of reflection. So
gotcha.
like,
Derived
that
from
could,
one by reflection, exactly one, and it shows like one on top of a one reflecting one, or by revolution of the line around its end, the demiurge, the divine will. 3, the triad, the solid, derives from 1 and 2 by addition, matter, the divine intelligence. 4, the quaternary, the solid existing in time, matter as we know it, derives from 2 by multiplication, the divine repose. And we have 5, the quinary, force or motion, the interplay of the divine will with matter, derives from 2 and 3 by addition. 6, the senary mind, derived from 2 and 3 by multiplication. The septenary, number 7, the septenary, desire, derived from 3 and 4 by addition. There is, however, a secondary attribution of 7, making it the holiest and most perfect of the numbers. The
okay, what is it?
yeah, right. Yeah, thanks. All right. 8, the Ogdoad, intellect, also change in stability, derived from 2 and 3 by multiplication. 8 equals 2 squared to the third power, I guess. 2 times 3. I don't know. Is it? 9, the Ennead, stability and change, derived from 2 and 3 by multiplication. And shows 9 equals 3. Looks like squared twice. The 3 on the top, the 2 on the top. Note all numbers divisible by 9 are still so divisible. However, the order of the figures is shifted. Number 10, the decad, the divine end, represents the 1 returning to the 0, derived from 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 11, the hendikad, the accursed shells that only exist without the divine tree. 1 plus 1 equals 2, in its evil sense of not being 1. Section 2, we have 0, the cosmic egg. Then we have section 1, and that is the self of deity beyond fatherhood and motherhood. We have number 2, the father. Number 3, the mother. Number 4, the father made flesh, authoritative and paternal. Number 5, the mother made flesh, fierce and active. Number 6, the son, partaking of all these natures. Number 7, the mother degraded to mere animal emotion. Number 8, the father degraded to mere animal reason. Number 9, the son degraded to mere animal life. Number 10, the daughter, fallen and touching with her hands the shells. It will be noticed that this order represents creation as progressive degeneration, which we are compelled to think of as evil. In the human organism, the same arrangement will be noticed. And then I'll read section 3 and I'll give you section 4. 0, the pleroma, of which our individuality is the monad, the all self. Then 1, the self, the divine ego of which man is rarely conscious. 2, the ego, that which thinks I, a falsehood, because to think I is to deny not I, and thus to create the dyad. Number 3, the soul. Since 3 reconciles 2 and 1, here are placed the aspirations to divinity. It is also the receptive, as 2 is the assertive self. 4 through 9, the intellect self with its branches. 4 is memory. 5 is will. 6 is imagination. 7, desire. 8, reason. 9, animal being. 6, the conscious self of the normal man, thinking itself free and really the toy of its surroundings. Number 9, the unconscious self of the normal man. Reflex actions, circulation, breathing, digestion, etc. all pertain here. See, now that is really interesting because just from covering the herbs and me asking you to look at the cranial nerves and the vagus nerve specifically, a lot of these things would actually come up just due to that set of nerves right there. It affects your breathing and your digestion. Your vagus nerve can affect how your stomach, shit with your stomach too. It's really weird. And I mean, you go kind of unconscious of what's going on with all that shit. The illusionary physical 10. Number 10. The illusory physical envelope, the scaffolding of the building.
Now, if you were to go through those repeatedly, you would achieve a sense of Gnostic numerology, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because what they're doing there is they're describing all these different layers of number and how they apply within the self and within the world around you, creating that Gnostic state. So this is the sacred geometry that is used by all these different philosophers and sages all throughout time, but he's putting his spin on it. So I think in some way, this is almost sort of a meditation.
I even think it's good for even just like symbolism to an extent where it's just like, in occultism, this is a thought behind that number as well.
Right. Right. But I've been really thinking about the idea of a Gnostic state associated with mathematics. It has to go along with the sacred numerology. I think if I was going to try and achieve it. Anyways, Section 4. Having compared these attributes with those to be found in 777, studied them, assimilated them so thoroughly that it is natural and needs no effort to think Binah, mother, great sea, throne, Saturn, black, myrrh, sorrow, intelligence, etc., in a flash. Whenever the number 3 is mentioned or seen, we may profitably proceed to go through the most important of the higher numbers. For this purpose, I have removed myself from books of reference only those things which had become fixed in my mind. So is this why he's taking out his name, why he's putting Frater P in the third person?
Imagine it was like some play on words to lie about how he's doing this.
Right. Could be. Because, I mean, if he didn't really write this and maybe somebody else did, that could work too. I don't know. Only those things which have become fixed in my mind from their importance deserve place in the simplicity of this essay. 12. HVA. He, the title of Kether, identifying Kether with the zodiac, the home of 12 stars and their correspondences. C 777. 13. Achad, unity. Abba, love. A scale of unity, thus 13 times 1 equals 1. 26 equals 13 times 2 equals 2. 91 equals 13 times 7 equals 7. So that we may find in 26 and 91 elaborations of the dyad and the septenary respectively. An elaboration of 5, 1 plus 4 equals 5, force, a concentration of 86, 8 plus 6 equals 14, Elohim, and the 5 elements. 15, IH, Jah, one of the ineffable names, the father and mother united. Mystic number of Gebura, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5.
Jah's
15.
Jah's the god. Jah's the god name in
Right.
the first degree for the OTO. Jah
makes sense, and it's number 15. Well, it's funny how he keeps going from Latin to Hebrew and then back to Latin. Kind of off-putting. 17. Where's 16?
Oh, yeah, right. Look at that. Oh, okay. Sneaky motherfucker.
Right.
I wonder
if how
many people notice that.
Well, obviously he did, I think. I think this is all code. The number 17, the number of squares in the swastika, which by shape is Aleph, hence 17 recalls 1, because swastika is polar. Also, IAV, IAO, the triune father. See 32 and 358. There's got to be a table coming up. Anyways, 18, CHI, life, an elaboration of 9. 9, mirror. 20, IVD, Yod, the letter of the Father. 21, AHIH, existence, a title of Kether. Note 3 times 7 equals 21. Also, IHV, the first 3 active letters of IHVH, mystic number of Tefereth, 21. 3 times 7. The 22, the number of letters in the Hebrew alphabet and of the paths of the tree, hence suggests completion of imperfection, finality, and fatal finality. Note 2 times 11 equals 22. The cursed dyad at play with the shells. 24, number of the elders. And 72 divided by 3. 72 is the divided name. Divided name.
72.
Yeah, it's the tarot, right? 26, IHVH, Jehovah as the dyad expanded, the jealous and terrible God, the lesser countenance. The God of nature found cruel, beautiful, relentless. 28, mystic number of Netzach, power. 31, LA, not, and Al, God. In this part 1, nature as it is, the number is rather foreboding, for Al is the God name Chesed, mercy, and so the number seems to deny that name. 32, number of Sephiroth and paths, 10 plus 22, hence the completion of perfection. Finality, things as they are in their totality. AHIHVH, the combined Ihye and IHVH, macroposiphos and microposiphos is here. If we suppose the 3 female letters H to conceal the 3 mothers A, M, S, H, we obtain the numbers 358. Masiach, QV, note 32 equals 5 or 2 to the 5th power.
Yeah.
The divine will extended through motion. 64 equals 2 to the 6th power will be the perfect number of matter, for it is 8, the first cube squared. So we find it a mercurial number, as if the solidity of matter was in truth eternal change. It's doing some weird physics.
It's Commodore 64.
What's that?
Remember the Commodore 64?
That's true, yeah. Well, there's 64 squares on the chessboard, right?
Yeah.
35, Agela, a name of God. Iteye, Gibor al li olam Adonai, to be the power unto the ages, O my Lord. 35 equals 5 times 7. 7 equals divinity. What's that?
That word is used in the pentagram ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be like, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's just it's taking the, again, it actually means Atah Gabor Le'olam Adonai. It's just shortening it. That's the exact same reason it's being used in the ritual.
Well, they like the number better from Agela as opposed to Ate Gibor Le'olam Adonai. The different number, I think.
Oh yeah.
7 divinity and 5 power. So 7 times 5, 35 is the power number. Agala. 36, a solar number. Ihele, otherwise ALH, otherwise unimportant, but is the mystic number of Mercury. Now, all of these things are used in their rituals. This is why they use them in their rituals, is because they have the right number. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
And the right feel. 37, ICHIDH, the highest principle of soul attributed to Kether. Note, 37 equals 111 divided by 3. I think there's probably more to it. Anyway,
Yes.
38. Note 38 times 11, 418 quad in part 2. Okay. 39. IHVHACHD, Jehovah is 1. 39 equals 13 times 3. This is the affirmation of the aspiring soul. 40. A dead number of fixed law. Again, there's 40 over and over again in the Bible is these different periods of, I guess, being forced into the wilderness. 40 days, 40 years. 4 times 10, tetragrammaton, the lesser countenance immutable in the heavenliness of Malkut. 41. AM, the mother, unfertilized and unenlightened. 42. AMA, the mother, still dark. Here are the 42 judges of the dead in Amenti, and here is the 42-fold name of the creative God. See Liber 418. 44. DM, blood. See part 2. Here, 4 times 11 equals the corruption of the created world. 45. MH, a secret title of Yetzirah, the formative world. ADM, Adam, man, the species, not the first man. A as in air, the divine breath which stirs. DM, in blood into being. So A, when attached to the DM, stirs blood into being. This is like the golem, right? Writing on its forehead and then breathing into its mouth. 49, a number useful in the calculations of Dr. D, one of the people that Crowley thought he was the reincarnation.
Reincarnation of, yeah.
No, it was Kelly. He thought he was the reincarnation of Kelly, right? I thought.
No, I thought it was D.
Could have
maybe
been D.
wrong. No, maybe I could be wrong.
Well, Kelly was the viewer, and I don't think Crowley was a big time psychic, so maybe it was D. And a mystic number of Venus, 50. The number of the gates of Binah, whose name is death. 50 equals, is that Lamd? I don't know. Equals by tarot, quote unquote, death. 51.
Right. It was Edward Kelly and Eliphas Levi.
Oh.
You're right. It was
I did think he was the seer. Interesting. 51. AN, pain. NA, failure. ADVM, Edom, the country of the demon kings. There is much in the Kabbalah about these kings and their dukes. It has never meant much to me somehow. But 51 is one short of 52. Again, the number of cards in the deck. But it's funny that they say Edom because that's what we're called by rabbis. They call us Edom, the demon city. Interesting. 52. AIMA, the fertilized mother, the phallus, Yod, thrust into AMA, also BN, the son. Note 52 equals 13 times 4, 4 being mercy and the influence of the Father. Interesting. 60. Samech, which in full spells 60 times 2 equals 120 QV, just as Yod 10 in full spells 10 times 2 equals 20. In general, the tens are solidifications of the ideals of the units which they multiply. Thus, 50 is death, the force of change in its final and most earthly aspect. Samek is temperance in the tarot. The 6 has a little evil possible to it. The worst name one can call 60 is restriction. It's funny because that was one of the cards he specifically changed in his tarot deck is the judgment card.
Yeah, he did.
Ein, the negative. That's ANI, ego, a number rather like 31. Okay. 64. DIN and DNI, intelligences, the twins of Mercury. Also see 32. Back to 32 again. Half of 64. 65. ADNI. In Roman characters, LXV equals LUX. LVX. The redeeming light. C. The fifth degree equals sixth degree ritual, and Nox Pax. The note 65 equals 13 times 5, the most spiritual form of force, just as 10 times 5 was its most material form. Note HS, keep silence, and HIKL, the palace, as if it were said, silence is the house of Adonai. Now, I know you have something to say about all that.
Well, one thing I got stuck on was, the LVX and the LXV and the LVX, the redeeming light. The LVX is the formula for the hexagram ritual. And when we had Ike on, he did say that he wouldn't suggest that ritual to like just anybody. And he did say it's like, I think with the Golden Dawn, that it wouldn't be suggested until you're exactly right here, that 5 degree equals 6.
Yep.
Nox Pax. That's interesting. That's like a book that he wrote that. I don't think most people. I don't know. It's kind of like poem. I don't exactly remember what's in that, but it's kind of interesting that he put that there. Yeah, no, I kind of got stuck on that. I was thinking about that with the LVX, but silence is the house of Adonai. I find that pretty interesting too.
Right. 67. Binah, the Great Mother. Note 67.
Oh shit!
Right. 13. Uniting the ideas of Binah and Kether, a number of the aspiration. That's actually kind of pretty interesting if you think about it. With the whole 6-7 thing today.
Yeah.
It's a number of aspiration, like hope
too.
Right.
With what's her face? What's that chick whose favorite number is 13? She's like big. That the fucking singer, that bitch, the chick that was with the football player.
Oh yeah, the one with no ass. I forgot her name. What is
The one with no ass. Yeah, her ass fell
I don't
off.
know. She's gonna be on the Super Bowl, whatever.
Yeah,
right? Like isn't she ever there?
Her name. Holy shit! She can play a good thing.
Who knows? Right, that's a good thing. Now you got to thank the gods that you've forgotten the name of the podcast.
Oh, I remembered it, but I'm not going to say it.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't let it back into my head. I don't want to
invoke it.
Right. Let's see here. 60 or 70. The Sanhedrin and the precepts of the law, the divine seven in its most material aspect. The Sanhedrin and the precepts of the law. It's funny because this is also where we get the name Septuagint, which would be the 70 books of the Bible. 70. Sanhedrin and the precepts of the law, the divine seven in its most material aspect. Interesting. 72. Chesed, mercy, the number of the Samhamphorash, as if affirming God as merciful. For details of Shem HaMephorash, see 777 and other classical books of reference. He's referencing his own book. In his own book. Note, especially I plus IH plus IHV plus IHVH equals 72. 73. Chokmah, wisdom. Also, Gemel, the path uniting Kether and Tifereth. But Gemel, the priestess of the silver star, is the female Hierophant, the moon, and Chokmah is the Logos, or male initiator. See Liber 418 for much information on these points, though rather from the standpoint of part 2. He keeps referencing part 2. 78. Mislah, the influence from Kether, the number of the cards in the tarot. 78, not 72. What am I thinking? And of the 13th path of the beard of Macroposophos. Note 78 equals 13 times 6. Also, IAVAS, the messenger, see part 2. Interesting.
Yeah, this shit does go on for a long time. I don't know if you want me to go and like read a little bit and then we'll stop or what, but this will go on into like 300s.
Sure, let's go.
I mean, it does skip some of them, but just I don't know how long you wanted to keep going or if you wanted me to take
No,
over.
no. Take over at 80.
Okay. The number of fuck, I don't even know what that is. Was that a Gimel? Is that
I don't know.
the
Not
lightning
good.
struck tower? The number of fuck, I don't know what that is. The lightning struck tower of the tarot, 8 equals intellect, Mercury. Its most material form is ruin, as intellect in the end is divided against itself. 81, a
I
mystic
think it's
number.
Dalit, actually. Dalit?
Oh yeah, Dallas. Those look like
I
that.
don't know.
Oh yeah, it could be. Fuck. A mystic number of the moon, 81. And then 84, a number chiefly important in Buddhism. 84 equals 7 times 12. 85, pH, the letter PE. 85 equals 5 times 17. Even the highest unity, if it move or energize, means war. 86, ALHIM. See a note on Genesis, equinox number 11. Was it 2? Oh. That is great. We just like references his own shit.
Right.
And like nothing else, just his.
Right. What else do you need to reference? Just
Yeah,
reference
no, I know.
stuff.
Yeah, I know, but like maybe other people's too. Like if it's out there, so it's like, all right, I'm not the only asshole saying
Right.
this. 90 number of Tazidi, of Taziki, no, Tazidi, a fishhook, Tanha, the clinging of man to life. The trap in which man is caught as a fish is caught by a hook. The most material aspect of animal life, its final doom decreed by its own lust. Also, MIM, water.
Wow. That's kind of relevant for his life.
Yo, right? Got him. Got him. 91.
Got himself.
91 equals 7 times 13, the most spiritual form of the septenary. AMN, Amen, the holiest title of God, the Amun of the Egyptians. It equals IHVH ADNI, in parentheses, IHHDVNHI interlaced. The 8-lettered name, thus linking the 7 to the 8. Note that AMN, reckoning N as final, 700, equals 741, 741, equals AMTHSH, the letters of the elements. N is thus a form of tetragrammaton, a form unveiled. 100, the number of maybe that's the perfect illusion.
Cough.
10 times 10, also Kaf, the wheel of fortune. The identity is that of matter, fatality, change, illusion. It seems the Buddhist view of the samsara chakram. That's what he said. All right. Then we got 106, NVN, none, a fish, the number of death. Death in the tarot bears a cross-handled Sith, hence the fish as the symbol of the Redeemer. And then what? IXOYE, Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior.
Ichthus.
Yeah, whatever you said. 108. Chiefly interesting because 108 equals 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 equals the square of 2 playing with the cube of 3. Hence, the Buddhists hailed it with acclamation and make their rosaries of this number of beads.
Dude, we went deep on 108 on the trilogues
Oh, did you?
today. Yeah, we were because that's Ethan's like one of his favorite numbers of all time. So we were just going through all these different videos, and it's strange because there was a definite similarity to this plane of inertia idea and the number 108. Like if you just draw out 108, you've got the plane of inertia, right? You're actually drawing the physics feature. So it's kind of strange like that. Like it's the number itself. So yeah.
Nice. All right, let me get back. All right, 111. I guess it would be a COD. ACHDHVAALHIM. He is one God. ALP, Aleph, and Ox, 1,000. The redeeming bull. By shape, the swastika, and so the lightning. As the lightning lighteneth out of the east, even unto the west, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man. An allusion to the descent of Shiva upon Shakti in Samadhi. The Roman A shows the same through the shape of the pentagram, which it imitates. ASN, ruin, destruction, sudden death. I don't know, as of the personality in Samadhi. APL, thick darkness, Saint John of the Cross, who describes the phenomenon in great detail. AOM, the Hindu or Om. MHVLL, mad, the destruction of reason by illumination. OVLH, a holocaust. It's like telling you could check ASN. PLA, the hidden wonder, a title of Kether. 114, DMO, a tier, the age of Christian Rosencreutz. 120, SMK, Samak, a prop. Also, MVSDI, basis foundation. 120 equals 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5, and is thus a synthesis of the power of the pentagram. Also, 1 plus 2 plus, I guess, up to 15 equals 120. Hence, its importance in the 5 equals 6 ritual. And that would be equinox number 11. You can check for that. I, however, disagree in part. It seems to me to symbolize a lesser redemption than that associated with Tiferet. Compare at least the numbers 0.12 and 210 in Liber Legis and Liber 418, and extol their superiority. Superiority. For while the first is the sublime formula of the infinite surging into finite or infinity, and the latter, the supreme rolling up of finity into infinity. The 120 can symbolize at the best a sort of intermediate condition of stability. For how can one proceed from the 2 to the 0? 120 is also on. A very important name of God. That's the first one you'll be told.
That's it's better than the other name of God, off.
Yeah, which is on a light switch. Right. With the I still think I don't know, optic nerve, something along that line. 124, ODN, Eden. 131, SMAL, Satan, so-called, but really only Samuel, the accuser of the brethren, unpopular with the rabbis because their consciences were not clear. Samuel fulfills a most useful function. He is skepticism, which accuses intellectually, conscious, which accuses morally, and even that spiritual accuser upon the threshold, without whom the sanctuary might be profaned. We must defeat him, it is true, but how should we abuse and blame him without abuse and blame of him that set him there? 136. A mystic number of Jupiter, the sum of the first 16 natural numbers. 144. A square and therefore a materialization of the number 12. Hence the numbers in the Apocalypse. 144,000 only means 12, the perfect number in the zodiac or houses of heaven and tribes of Israel times 12. 148. MAZNIM, scales of justice.
Well, there's supposed to be a cube that comes down out of the sky when Jesus comes back. That's 144 kilometers or some sort of unit of measurement wide by high. And so that cube is going to be the new heaven and the new earth. And it's only going to be about 144,000 miles or something like that. So it's going to be much smaller.
I did not know that.
Oh.
It's weird. 156, Babylon, Babalon, see Libra 418. This number is chiefly important for part 2. It is of no account in the Orthodox dogmatic Kabbalah, yet it is 12 times 13, the most spiritual form, 13 of the most perfect number, 12. HVA, it is TZIVN, Zion, the city of the pyramids. 175, a mystic number of Venus. Wonder why. 203, ABR, initials of the ABBNRVCH, the Trinity.
Now, hold on, guys. I think we just skipped over something of major importance to any conspiracy numerological followers, right? 156 is Babylon. He's made it very clear right there that that's the number you got to look out for. That's the one that sort of represents him and his sort of Kabbalah. So
that's really
pretty interesting. Anytime you see that popping up, 156, maybe that's where it's coming from. Who knows?
Yeah, I like that. I have to keep an eye on that. If we ever have the number guys on again.
Right.
203, ABR, initials of AB. I already said that. BNRVCH, the Trinity. 206, DBR, speech, the word of power. 207, AVR, light, contrast with AVB9, the astrolight, and AVD. I can't even see what that says. 11, maybe? The magical light. AUB is an illusory thing of witchcraft. AUD is almost equals the Kundalini force. This illustrates well the difference between the sluggish, vicious 9 and the keen, ecstatic 11. Vicious 9 and ecstatic 11, not 11.
I don't know. Not 11.
Yeah.
Yo! The vicious 9 and the keen, ecstatic 11. 93. That's why you put it all over there.
That's what people were ecstatic when they had a reason to fucking blow up Iraq.
Yeah, let's reread that. So this is 107, right? 107. We should highlight it. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, it's 207.
Ah, come on. Yeah. Let's hit that again. So AVR light contrast with AVB 9, the astrolight, and AVD 11, the magical light. AUB is an illusory thing of witchcraft. OBI, Obia, AUD is almost the Kundalini force. Odic force. That's Odic is all about Odin. That's not Kundalini. What's he saying there? This illustrates well the difference between the sluggish, vicious 9 and the keen, ecstatic 11. He didn't say anything about buildings in there, but that's
interesting.
Pretty revealing. Yeah.
210 pertains to part 2. See Libra 418. 214 RVCH, the air, the mind.
Ruach.
Yeah. Ruach. Yeah, something like that. No, yeah. 220 pertains to part 2, the number of verses in Libra Legis. 231, the sum of the first 22 numbers, 0 to 21. The sum of the key numbers of the tarot cards, hence an extension of the idea of 22. 270, INRI, C ritual, 5 equals 6 ritual. Oh, C 5 equals 6 ritual. 280, the sum of the 5 letters of severity, those which have a final form, Kaf, Mem, Nun, Pe, Tizidi. Also the number of the squares on the sides of the vault, 7 times 40. C 5 equals 6 ritual. Also RP equals terror. 300. The letter
Shin. I'll take
Shin.
it.
Yeah.
The letter Shin, meaning tooth, and suggesting by its shape triple flame, refers Yetzeradically to fire and is symbolic of the Holy Spirit, Roach, RVCH, Elohim 300 equals 300. Hence the letter of the Spirit, Descending into the midst of IHVH, the four inferior elements, we get IHSH, VH, Yeshua, the Savior, symbolized by the pentagram. So when you put the shin inside of Yod He Vav He, you get Yeshua, right? And
they do that. Sorry, keep going.
No, that's just what all these alchemists were really keen on. The alchemists doing Christian Kabbalah were really keen on that formula right there.
Yeah, there was some, I forgot the fucking exact name of it. It was a Golden Dawn ritual where it was like you kind of would be like cleansing like your temple area or your area of using. And they did instead of Yad He Vad He, they inserted that and it was a Yeshua instead.
Right.
So I just remember that change. I did notice that change.
So if Kabbalah did exist, which it's highly likely, Jesus would be a Kabbalistic formula back then. So interesting. 301, Ash, ASH, fire. 314, Shaddai, SHDI, the Almighty, the name of God attributed to Yesod. 325, a mystic number of Mars, the BRTZBAL, the spirit of Mars, and GRAPIAL, the intelligence of Mars. 326, IHSHVH, Jesus, C300. 326 is also 300 for some reason. 333, CHVRVNZN or VN. See Liber 418. 10th Aether. It is surprising that this large scale of 3 should be so terrible a symbol of dispersion. There is doubtless a venerable arcanum here connoted, possibly the evil of matter sumo. 333 equals 37 times 9, the accursed.
There's no
340, SHM, the name. 341, the sum of the three mothers, Aleph, Mem, and Shin. 345, MSHH, Moses. Note, by the transposition, we have 3 or 5, 4, 3. AHIH, ASHR, AHIH. Existence is existence. I am that I am. Sublime title of Kether. Moses is therefore regarded as the representative of this particular manifestation of deity who declared himself under the special name. 358, C32, MSHICH, Messiah, and NCHSH, the serpent of Genesis. The dogma is that the head of the serpent, N, is bruised, being replaced by M, the letter of sacrifice, and God, the letter alike of virginity, Yod equals Virgo, and of original deity, Yod, the foundation or type of all of the letters. Thus the word may be read, the sacrifice of the virgin born divine, one triumphant, the chariot through the spirit, while the Sach, death entering the realm of spirit. But the conception of the serpent as the Redeemer is truer. See my explanation of 5 equals 6 ritual, equinox number 11. 361, ADNIHARTZ, the Lord of the earth. Note, 361 denotes the 3 supernals, the 6 members of Rauch and Malkuth. This name of God therefore embraces all of the 10 Sephiroth. ADNIHARTZ. That is all 10 of the Sephiroth. Interesting, because I don't see 361 pop up a lot in his formulas. It's strange that it would represent all of that and not be used. 365, an important number, though not in the pure Kabbalah. See the canon MEITHPAZ and whatever in Greek. Sorry.
Yeah.
370, really more important for part 2. He keeps saying it's all in part 2. OSH, creation, the Shabbatic goat in its highest aspect. This shows the whole of creation as matter and spirit. The material 3, the spiritual 7, all canceling to 0. Also, SHLM, shalom, peace. Interesting. 400, the letter P, maybe. The universe is the square of 20, the wheel of fortune, and shows the universe therefore as the sphere of fortune, the samsara chakram, where karma, which fools all, call chance rules. 400 is the number of the Sephirah. Each of the 10 containing 10 in itself and being repeated in the 4 worlds of Atzilut, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asura. These 4 worlds are themselves attributed to IHVH, which is therefore not the name of a tribal fetish, but the formula of a system. Well,
Yo, did you want to end it on this?
he thinks the entire Bible is mathematical. Clearly. 401.
I can see
ATA, the empathic meaning of essence of, for A and TH are the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and A and Omega are of the Greek, and A and Z of the Latin. Hence the word azoth, not to be confused with azote, lifeless, azotos, a name for nitrogen. Azoth means the sum and essence of all conceived as one. Back to that alchemy again. 406. THV, the letter tau. C400. Also, Athou, thou, note that AHA 406, 7, the divine name of Venus, 7, gives the initials ANI, HUA, ATEH, I, he, thou, 3 different aspects of a deity worshipped in 3 persons and in 3 ways. Viz. 1, with averted face, 2, with prostration, 3, with identification. Interesting. 418 pertains principally to part 2. Liber 418. 419. TITH, the letter Teth. 434. DLTH, the letter Daleth. 440. THLI, the great dragon. 441. AMTH, truth. Note, 441 equals 21 times 21. 21 is IHIH, the god of Kether, whose will is truth. Meth. Interesting. 450. THN, the great dragon. 463. MTH. HSHQD, Moses, wand, a rod of almond. 3 plus 60 plus 400, the paths of the middle pillar. 474. DVTH, knowledge. The Sephirah is not a Sephirah in one aspect, the child of Chokhmah and Binah in another, the 8th head of the stooping dragon, raised up when the tree of life was shattered and Macroposophos set cherubim against Microposophos. C4 equals 7 ritual. Supra, also and very especially Liber 418. It is the demon that purely intellectual or rational religions take as their god. The special danger of Hinaya Buddhism. 480. Lilith, Lilith, the demon queen of Malkut. 543. IH or AHIH, ASHR, I am that I am. Back to that one again. I thought I already did that one. All right, 666. Last of the mystic numbers of the sun. SVRTH, the spirit of soul. Also, OMMV, STHN, OMMO, Satan, the satanic trinity of Typhon, Apophis, and Bez, BESZ. Also, SHM, IHSH, VH, the name of Jesus. The names of Nero, Napoleon, W.E. Gladstone, and any person that you may happen to dislike add up to this number. And in reality, it is the final extension of the number 6, both because 6 times 111, Aleph, 111, 1, 6, because of the sun, whose great number is 6. You're not going to hit the. Oh, I guess you can't.
Yeah. It's your thing.
Where was the drop?
Yeah,
I hear
thing.
a note of the mystic numbers of the planets. The first is that of the planet itself, e.g., Saturn, 3. The second is that of the number of squares in the square of the planet, e.g., Saturn, 9. The third is that of the figures in each line of the magic square of the planet, e.g., Saturn, 15. A magic square is one on which each file, rank, diagonal add to the same number, e.g., Saturn is 816, 357, 492, each square being filled with the numbers from 1 upwards. The last of the magic numbers is the sum of the whole of the figures in the square, e.g., Saturn 45. The complete list is thus: Saturn 3, 9, 1, 5, 4, 5.
Oh, what happened there? I lost my boy. He just bounced out of. What the hell happened? Disappeared and lost the book. I guess I'll just continue off. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, Jupiter, 4, 16, 34, 136. Mars, 5, 25, 65, 325. Sol, 6, 36, 111, 666. Venus, 7, 49, 175, and then 1225. Mercury, 8, 64, 260, 2080. Luna, 9, 81, 369, 3321. I'll keep reading a little bit more, then I'll wrap it up if he doesn't show up. This still goes on for pages. Generally speaking, the first number gives a divine name. The second an archangelic or angelic name. The third, a name pertaining to the formative world. The fourth, a name of a spirit or blind force. For example, Mercury has AZ and DD, love for 8, DIN and DNI for 64, TIRIAL for 260, and then THPT HR THRTH for 2080. But in the earlier numbers, this is not so well carried out. 136 is both IVPHIL, the intelligence of Jupiter, and SHMAL, the spirit. The mystic numbers of the Sephiroth are simply the sums of the numbers from 1 to their own numbers. Thus, Kether equals 1, Chokmah equals 1, Chokmah is 2, which equals 1 plus 2 equals 3. Then 3 is Binah, equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. The fourth one is Chesed, and that equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. Number 5 is Geburah, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 15. And Tifereth equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals 21. Number 7, Netzach, equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, whatever, up to 7, that equals 28. And so on. I'm not going to keep going through all those. That's a little silly. The most important attributions of 666, however, pertained to the second part, of course. So, but I think here at 671, I will leave it off. Yeah, the the Gremlins got headless, I guess. I don't know where my boy went, but yeah, I think he's gone. Maybe there's something with his internet, possibly. So I highly doubt he's coming back. But yeah, for everybody watching, sorry about that. That's what's up. You're still here. I'm going to leave it off here. And I think, if anything, remember that he's got his show on Thursday also with his mailbag. So if you got any stories, send that in. He's also got Sunday. He does the trialogues. And Mondays, he does that stuff with Eros, I think, doing the Alchemy Mondays. So check his stuff out. Check out the Occult Rejects, BitChute, Rumble, YouTube, and all major podcasts. This Wednesday, we got Georgina Rose coming on at 6 o'clock. Check that out, Planet Theurgy. Yeah, very excited to get her on. And then I think supposedly should still have Frada RC coming on that night as well at 9 o'clock. And that will be on Enochian Magic. And I expect that one to be very interesting. So tomorrow, yeah, we got two shows for you. So check it out. And yeah, that's it out of me. I'm done. Thank you for all jumping in and checking out more of 777. And we'll continue it next week. Until the next one, everybody be well. Later.